UN Secretary General Ban Ki-moon made a visit to Cartagena, Colombia on the second day of his regional tour of South America, where the UN chief began his day witnessing the Agreement for Prosperity by Colombian President Juan Manuel Santos, reaffirming the strengthening of partnership with the UN and Colombia, followed by an aerial tour of Colombia's flood-affected zones, where the UN chief witnessed firsthand the devastation to the land. Then the UN chief headed to Fuerte del Manzanillo, where both leaders gathered before the press. Among the UN's focus, including poverty reduction, sustainable development, governance, and human rights, the Secretary General said that the UN is adding a fifth priority: humanitarian and emergency assistance. South News asked the UN chief about mechanisms needed for implementation on the ground in order to help Colombia meet the MDGs.
Señor Presidente, thank you for this opportunity. Afaf Kanja with South News from New York. It's good to see you here, Secretary General, Mr. President. My question is for the Secretary General. In terms of levels of poverty and, of course, human rights, can you provide us your assessment on what you've seen on the ground and what mechanisms you're considering for implementation on the ground when it comes to achieving the Millennium Development Goals for Colombia?
If everything goes well, Colombia will be able to meet this target of MDG. This is what I have been briefed by our UN country team. At the same time, there is a huge gap between rich and poor people. The poverty rate is more than 45%, and absolute poverty rate is over again 15%. This is a serious gap which needs to be corrected by the government in an urgent manner.
Before leaving Cartagena, Mr. Ban also visited the headquarters of the Comprende y Casa Afro projects, and before heading to Argentina on Sunday, the Secretary General will meet with United Nations civil servants in Colombia, then will tour the Human Security Project for the families of Soacha, located on the outskirts of Bogota. Through such tools as United Nations Development Assistance Framework, the Secretary General said that the United Nations will help Colombia to achieve the Millennium Development Goals and improve welfare for all its citizens. Afaf Kanja for South News, Cartagena, Colombia.